Let's talk about this newly acquired landform. We need to decide how we will admit it to the Union.
I propose that slavery should be prohibited in any territory acquired from Mexico. We can call it the Wilmot Compromise.
Okay, for now, let's focus on California. I like it as well as New Mexico to be part of the United States.
Well, will they be free states or slave states?
Well, there's been much struggle for that.
I think they should both be free.
Well, I think they should both be slaves.
Gentlemen, please. California can be admitted as a state and New Mexico can be a territory. We can fix the border between Texas and New Mexico and give $10 million to Texas to pay off their debts. We should also probably abolish the slave trade in addition to Colombia.
I do believe that sounds fair.
If California is admitted as a free state, I believe that the southern states may consider, what's it called again? Oh yes, secession.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. No need for concession. Union is better at tax than very much.
I do believe that we can add an act of sorts to the compromise.
Go on.
Well, we could be forced to capture and return the runaway slaves. Federal help and as well as help in the North will be required to assist in the process.
I believe that this video slave act will be sufficient. Thank you, Craig.
And I hope no one does a concession, Calvin.
No, Mr. President.
Good. I believe that settles it.
Oh, good God, they both dropped dead.
Who will pass this compromise?
Vice President John Morrison. God, okay, well, it looks like you just said it.
Beg your pardon?
Wonderful, Mr. President. If you would please read inside this document the fate of the Union is at stake.
What about Taylor?
He's just died, sir.
Oh, it appears he has. Well, then, let me see this document. Well, it appears that this will be the final settlement of the Union. It's brilliant. Where's my pen?
Are you Anthony Roots?
Wants to know.
Your master wants you back. We're here to get you.
But I'm a free man. You can't do this.
Oh.
Come on. At least let me finish this cover.
This is Harriet Beecher Stowe. She is currently writing Uncle Tom's Cabin, a book that emphasized the horrors of slavery. It became the second best-selling book in America besides the Bible and brought the realities of slavery to the attention of the public.
Wow, can you believe how Simon treats Uncle Tom? It's horrible. I know. Do you really think slavery is this terrible? I'm certain it is. It really ought to be abolished. I can't believe that we've never really known how appalling it is until now.
This book is an atrocity. It holds so many lies.
Stowe is just trying to trick the Northerners into thinking slavery is a bad thing.
Slavery isn't anything like she describes. It's so unrealistic.
As you all know, we are here to talk about what to do with a stretch of land in the Midwest. I say that we split it into two territories, Kansas and Nebraska.
Wait, were they really lost to slavery?
I'm glad you asked. I've decided that each will use popular sovereignty to decide. Citizens living in each territory will vote to decide whether they want their territory to be free or slave.
That actually sounds like a good plan. Very democratic.
Wait, wouldn't that essentially repeal the Missouri Compromise?
You're right. That would be fair. If they repeal the Missouri Compromise, then slavery will start to creep into the northern states.
I cannot believe the act passed. You know what? Screw these Democrats. Let's start our own party. I agree. These guys suck. Let's call it the Republican Party from now on. I agree.
One, 3, 6, 8, 11. 1.5, 2.
The pro-slavery faction keeps cheating in the elections. They make sure that you vote for slavery in Kansas, or they'll beat or even kill you.
I've heard that they've been counting the votes wrong on purpose. And they even kept dead people on their side.
Plus, all these border references from Missouri have been voted too.
We have to do something, quickly.
I know a man by the name of Henry Ward Beecher who's fucking sending Jewish Bibles to aid the anti-slavery cause here in Kansas.
How is Jesus going to end this whole thing?
That's they are Springfield rifles.
That's just what we need to turn the tide.
What do you bet? Stand down on that?
Take that! Border ruffians!
Kansas needs slavery.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Well, the Compton Constitution states that slavery is allowed in Kansas.
Yeah.
An official document. That was void by the illegitimate legislature. That's not shit.
No, we didn't.
We didn't? I thought we did.
Damn, but we can't let them know that.
The controversy over Kansas was also present in Congress. Charles Sumner, a Massachusetts senator, gave a speech favoring a free state Kansas. It was not received well by Preston Brooks, a South Carolina congressman.
That was a great speech you had, Sumner.
Oh, thanks. I actually thought it would really anger somebody.
Really? Because you angered someone.
Because of all the violent debating and arguing, Kansas would remain a territory until 1861.
This is the case of Dred Scott versus Sanford. Let's start with the accused.
I lived above the 3630 line for years. He has no right to take me back.
Your response?
This is my property. I own. You can't take by my property.
Well, if he's your property, let's have the jury decide.
Slave.
It has been decided.
You're mine.
See ya.
During the period between 1846 and 1857, the United States was in a state of great turbulence. Much happened between the span of 11 years. President Taylor could not decide how to bring the territory from Mexico into the Union. Henry Clay continued to be a compromiser. John C. Calhoun threatened to secede multiple times. President Fillmore thought the North and South were happy. Fugitive slaves were pursued, and free blacks in the North were sold into slavery. Anthony Burns was not able to finish his coat. Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote a tragic book that angered many people in the South. Stephen A. Douglas lit a fuse in Kansas and watched commotion ensue. The Republicans split from the Democrats after the Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed. Kansas had two governments and lots of fighting. John Brown killed 5 people in Kansas. Charles Sumner pissed off Preston Brooks. And last, but very not least, the Dred Scott decision implied that slaves were not people, but property. The decade leading up to the Civil War was unstable and violent. Even as the Union tried to compromise to keep the North and South happy, tensions continued to increase.